Hi everybody, today I've got for you a Poecilotheria metallica Enclosure build and rehouse. I was pretty nervous about doing this one as it's the first Poke I've rehoused, but my aim with the video is just to show people that it's totally doable as long as you're calm and respect the animal and you've got a confidence in what you're doing. My aim with throwing these videos up isn't to get 1 million subscribers or 80 billion views. It's just to help people, hopefully in the same way I was helped by watching these rehousing videos. So if it helps and gives you a bit of confidence, that's great. Also, I've finally bit the bullet, made an intro and smacked a logo on the front to make it look remotely professional. So I hope you like that. And just because it's a logo, I'm not going to start hawking t-shirts or anything. However, this one is kind of hilarious. If you like the music, that's from my friend's band called Goodbye Cassini. I'll link them in the description in case you want to give them a listen. They're awesome. And enough bollocks from me. Let's get on with the rehouse. So I've successfully built the enclosure. I'm getting way quicker with these now. What I've done, there's a pretty cool thing with these enclosures where you can fix a water dish to any position. And what I've done, I've put 2 water dishes in to give the little pokey 2 options to drink, whether it's hanging out at the top or the bottom. That's all built now, so gonna have a go at the enclosure build. So I'm just going to try and walk us through the enclosure build here. The substrate I'm using is just a rainforest substrate from the spider shop. All the husbandry information I read just says that they're not overly moisture dependent, but to just dampen it down, let it dry out occasionally. So I'm going to follow that advice. I've got this sort of fake plant backing I'm putting in, glued some flowers to some cork bark to make it a little bit more attractive. The backing I just thought would add a bit of darkness, make the spider feel a bit more comfortable. Now I'm really trying to force this cork bark down, but my hands are almost as big as the enclosure, so I'm really struggling at that point. Now I'm just balancing the water dishes on their little holders. Again, that's a really cool feature of these enclosures. Finishing touches with a bit of moss again to retain moisture. Big head in the way, but that should be it. Now I've got the task of getting the Poecilotheria metallica juvenile female from the box, the enclosure I bought her in, into the new enclosure I've designed. I'm going to try and approach this the same way. If you see my Salma Peasomenia video, I'm going to try and pop her through that feeding hatch rather than trying to get her down the enclosure, which will risk her running around. So tarantula into the cup, cover it, seal, and then coax the girl down. So I'm hoping she's going to behave for me, but yeah, excuse me being quiet, just need to concentrate on hopefully what is not the pokey from hell. Yep, she's already moving. It's getting my... Well, she's hunkering down a little bit. Come on. Nope, not interested. Go on, little girl. God, she's fast as fuck. Oh, don't worry, don't. Oh, it's only me. I would never hurt you. I'm just going to get you into a cool new house. Okay? Oh, she's gone. Might have to take this cork bark out, so I'm going to use tongs to be safe. Yep, she's not on the cork bark, that's a good sign. Give myself some more room to work. The amount of times I've watched videos on people rehousing pokies, Salmopaeus, OPTs, etc., just so I'm ready for when I do it. It's better to take a break and be calm and work out what you're doing, reassess what you're doing if you're doing something wrong. I should have pulled that cork bark out initially. I didn't, because I'm a dumb motherfucker, but now I've done it, so let's see if it goes any better. Strangely, she's a little bit scared. I'm going to move that round so I've got a better angle to coax her in. There we go. And here we are. I don't know how well you can see her in there. I'll try and turn it around a little bit as safely as I can, but she's absolutely beautiful. Now, let's see if we can get her down into the hole. Sorry if you can't see that. Gently use the other end because that hole's a little bit small. There we go, girl. Oh, she's on. Yeah, there we are. Gently try and shut the lid. And she's in. I'm just going to take you off the stand and we'll show you that she is in there. Fully in the enclosure, pokey rehoused. I didn't fuck it up. So the little P.metallica was rehoused nicely. She's a little small for the enclosure, but they grow so quickly she'll be growing into that in no time whatsoever. Now, with regard to husbandry, I don't like giving husbandry advice because I'm not the most experienced person. If you need me to point you in the direction of some good husbandry advice, just ask in the comments and I'll point you to some people who are way smarter and more experienced than me. Now, with regard to the enclosure build, it's an Arachnosis arborea S. It should be just about the right size for this species. I'll link you in the description if you want to get hold of one of these for yourselves, and I'll give you a final look at the enclosure. Now, the interesting thing as well, I've heard from reliable sources and experienced people that Poecilotheria, while yeah, it is a risk to rehouse because of the speed and the venom potency, they're much more likely to run and hide than they are to become defensive, and that was my experience here. So all in all, that went well. If you've got any questions, as I say, comment below. Thanks for watching.